everyone. I'm Elisma Wilken. I'm one of the respiratory physicians here in Letterkenny Hospital. So I know Madge quite well. We work together. I'm also the Associate Clinical Director for Medicine. So been here now for 5 years. We can go to the next slide. Thanks. Righto, so that is me and my 2 children. We moved here from South Africa in 2019. My husband and myself are both consultants, and our children were very young when we came. We came with 7 suitcases and 2 containers on a ship. So we left everything, came to a new place. Moving here was actually quite fun. I've never been to Ireland before, so it was a bold move. Nonetheless, everything happened very smoothly. We were able to rent a house within 2 weeks of setting foot here. We bought 2 cars. Must say the only real thing was getting insurance because we're not from here. So shop around if you do that. And we started work in about 2 weeks from arriving. Both of us are in Letterkenny. So this is beautiful County Donegal. It is really one of the most pretty counties that you will find. Getting here, our contracts were basically emailed to us before the time. We had to get work visas. Obviously, if you're from different parts of the world, it will depend if you need different kind of visas. South Africa has now changed its system, so you would need a visa to come into Ireland, and we can't just come as normal. But I mean, like the UK, we've got free borders, so there's no need. The school system here for children are really excellent. Most are free from the age of, I think it was 3 years old. But to say that childcare is quite expensive, most people, one adult would, or one parent would work, and then the other one would stay at home with the children. But in our case, we were obviously both working full time. We found a brilliant childminder, and she has been looking after our children when we are working for the last 5 years. So there's really great people around. When you get here, it seems quite daunting because you need to register on so many things. You need to go to the Garda to say that you are now here and register with them to get one of your stamps. You need a personal number. This will allow you to get all your salary. You will get child allowances, link in with social services. You need this to get a bank account. So this is quite important to get this as soon as possible. And then obviously you need a bank account in Ireland for your salary. All these systems are really easy to do. There's no tricks to it. So that was really nothing too dramatic. But you would need to at least know what you need to do. But your HR system, your HR in your hospital will assist you with this as well. You can go to the next slide, please. So there's lots of professional opportunities and especially growth in Ireland. Our healthcare system is very well developed and it's evolving, like you can see. There is a real dynamic environment, and this helps you with your career advancement. We are, or most HSE hospitals, there's different things, not only in clinical medicine, but leadership, education, research, etc. And you do have the opportunity to go into what you really like. There is extremely high, extremely high demand for skilled professionals, like you can see, and there's lots of consultant posts that is vacant at the moment. Like you saw before, the HSE have 47 public health hospitals, of which 22 is voluntary and 19 private. So there's a lot of hospitals. They range from Model 2 to Model 4, which is just meaning your primary hospitals until your tertiary hospitals. And we've talked about clinicians, leadership, research, and then education. You can move on. So the work-life balance is really a focus for the HSE. Like Madge told you, the new contract is for 37 hours of working. There you can see my husband and my 2 children. We are in Dublin, having some family time together. You have that opportunity to really raise your children here in a safe environment and spend some quality time with them. And then on the left, you can see some of my colleagues there and some of our senior registrars. We're doing scopes. We have opportunity to basically work in whatever you are educated in. In different hospitals, they do different things, but everything is there. So you can really develop your skills. One of my colleagues, I trained him to do EBUS, TBNAs, and now he's doing that by himself. Next slide, please. Then regarding the community, the community is very supportive. I'm specifically talking about the Medical Council. They do have lots of programs for international medical graduates. It's a very welcoming environment. They have lots of guidelines and support, especially when you are going through your qualification and registration, really making sure that the standard of care is up to date. Your colleagues will also offer you some guidelines and or guidance and support. And really, this all helps to integrate you smoothly into the system. Next slide, please. So, like Madge said, the salaries is quite comprehensive, and there's a lot of benefits. We also work on continuous medical education, and there is various formats to get that. And there's a real structure to the healthcare system, from when you graduate here to going through your internship, going through specialities, and then getting to a consultant or general practice level. Obviously, coming from afar, you're already registered or already consultants, so you will just go directly to the last tier. But the path to a career is quite laid out. Next slide, please. And then this is a view from my house at the moment. So these are our beautiful 7 peaks or 7 sisters, with Mount Errigal at the far left side, and then there's the moon. It was obviously snowing over winter. We stay just out of town, about 5 minutes from work. So it's an amazing landscape throughout Ireland. The cultural heritage is very rich, and the Irish are such friendly and welcoming people that they really welcomed us as a family with open arms. You get obviously very vibrant cities like Dublin, Galway, and Cork, and then the smaller cities like where we stay. But living here is safe, and it has been amazing this last 5 years working and living in Ireland. Thank you.